Dr. Filhon, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
And you're welcome to Kazakhstan.
Thank you.
For giving a chance to take interview for you. So I would like to ask you some couple of questions. The first question is, could you provide some examples of countries who have successfully implemented ICT based on social security coverage or to improve the employees, as we call it, them like a new shape of work?
Yes, well, there are plenty of countries. I don't know where start from. Where can I start from? I would say that, for example, in Asia, Indonesia and Malaysia and Singapore as well have used extensively new technologies of information and communication so that they can ease the registration of people who need to have a social security coverage, and it simplifies as well the way people can register, and it's more fluid for the and especially for the self-employed people. It was a way used as well by China to extend the coverage of social security. But I must say that strangely, maybe enough, it's also the case in Africa, where social security schemes are quite young, and while, for example, in Western countries, you've got, I would say, heavily developed social security institutions with already offices in place and on-site, way of receiving the insured people. In Africa, they did develop very much new technologies of information and communication, especially mobile technologies, so that people can register and receive benefit more easily.
What is the best practice to cover that people who are working in gig economy, I mean in a free space market, especially for those people who are working remotely with foreign clients, foreign partners? What do you think about this, sir?
Well, again, we have several examples. I would say that you are referring to a certain kind of platform, and it's an occasion for me to maybe to precise that you've got various types of platform. For example, the taxi drivers or the service to the people, service in kind, and this kind of thing does constitute one kind of platform, but you're referring to another one. That's to say the people, for example, who are working on a design of website or who are used as moderators for the forums, or people who are, drawing websites, for example, and this kind of thing. So there are several good practices around the world. I would say that the issue for social security institution is that theoretically the right to be respected is the right called lex loci laboris. It's a Latin sentence that means that it's the right of the country where the activity is performed that has to be respected. Of course, when you're working in Malaysia for a UK provider that is designing a website for the United States of America, it's complicated. So the solution that has been found by several institutions is the development of voluntary schemes, since most of the people working in this kind of field are working once again in Asia, maybe in India or in Singapore, for example. So the idea is for them to make a choice between a special scheme or between the scheme of the country. And for this, once again, the new technologies of information and communication have been used to be proposed to these people so that they can register easily. And to summarize, maybe I am too long, I'm sorry, but I would say that the solution for the gig economy is, that is developed everywhere, is a mix between the baton and the carrot. The baton is because the gig economy can constitute an issue for social security. It's a way as well to avoid to pay contribution for dependent workers. So there are several solutions that have been put in place to impose, in a way, the payment of contributions to the platforms that are considered as the employer. But you've got also other solutions such as designing special schemes. And this is basically, I would say, maybe more or less the baton. The carrot is to incite people working in the gig economy to register. And how do we do that? First, we develop the compliance by design. The idea is to simplify the life of the self-employed workers working and collaborating for several platforms. So, for example, they register once for all social security risk, also for taxation, once for all. This is a one-stop shop policy. And the second incentive is a financial incentive. That is to say that if you pay a lump sum, then you are protected as if you were quasi a salaried person. That is to say that you pay less in a way, but it's a good deal for you. But on the other way, you become a formalized worker, which means that you are registered somewhere. We know who you are protected, but in the same time, we know that you have to pay some contributions for you and your family.